We read the Shabbos Parsha Zohar. Remember what Amalek had done to us when we went out of Mitzrayim. Asher korcha b'derech. So there's a famous word from the Malbim that when nations go to war, they go to war for various reasons. Sometimes it's defensive. Sometimes it's a holy war. It's for land conquest. Many reasons. Whether they're legitimate, not legitimate, but that's the conventional reasons why nations go to war. However, all the reasons for going to war had no relevance to Amalek when they attacked us. Firstly, where did they attack us? Baderech. That's what we're going to read tomorrow. On the way. Were we a threat to them? We were oyev yogea. We were tired. We were weary. We weren't a threat. Maybe it was a religious war. Lo yorei Elokim. They didn't fear God. So why did they attack us? The attack against us was that because we were the Am Hashem, we were going to represent God's presence in this existence after it was displayed by Kriyas Yamsuf. They wanted to show the world there's nothing to be concerned, nothing to be impressed with. And this nomad band attacked us in the desert. So the attack was in the front against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Therefore, God says it had nothing to do with what we call Bein Adam L'Chaveiro. It's not between man and fellow man, for all the various reasons why people go to war. This is a war against God. This is a Mechemes Hashem. But whenever we speak Mechemes Hashem, it's the Jews fighting the war on behalf of God. So the destruction of Amalek is the ultimate level of Mechemes Hashem. This is God's glory, because since they are the only nation who tried to destroy and undermine and obliterate God from existence, therefore Hashem says, Mocho Tibcha Zech Amalek Mitachas Hashemayim. Therefore, they have to be obliterated. We find the same terminology used by Sodom, that they were roim chatom l'Hashem me'od. So Rashi over there cites Chazal. What does it mean? They were evil, v'chatom l'Hashem me'od. Yodim boram u'miskabim limrod bo. They recognized God, and whatever they did, their intention was directly to rebel against Him. What did God do? He brought a cosmic destruction upon Sodom that there's no trace. There's no trace of Sodom in existence. To that degree, they were obliterated. It was Mechias Sodom. In terms of evil, a representation of evil, other than Amalek, Sodom was the equivalent of that. And that level of evil, Hashem says, I will not tolerate. To go and recognize me and understand me and be a beneficiary of all that I've given you, and to defy me and rebel against me, Malchut Timche, Ezech Amalek. There's a famous word based on a Chazal. Shlomo says in Mishlei, let's taker upesi yarim. A deprecator, you have to smite. You can't reason with him. You can't enter into a dialogue with him. But a pesi, a fool, a person who's a hedonist, he's caught up in a lifestyle, he could be wizened. Let's take ze Amalek. The let's that you smite, that you destroy, he does not have the capacity intellectually to be able to appreciate what you have to offer. Therefore, there's only way to deal with him. Destroy him. Pesi, the one who's caught up in his own ego and his own issues, whatever they may be, or his own priorities, he can be wizened. Who's Pesi Yarim? Zeh Yisro. Mashmu Shomo Bo. Yisro was an idolater. He was a priest, high priest of idolatry. But when he heard Kriyas Yamsuf from Mechemes Amalek, he was wizened. He opened his eyes and he was illuminated. And as a result of that, he gave up his glory and came into the desert. A person who's only caught up in a lifestyle, it's a misunderstanding. He has to be redirected. But a person's a letz, he does not have the capacity to appreciate what you have to offer. It's what we call beating a dead horse. What's the proof that Amalek is let's taker, is that person, that particular classification? Bilam says, Reishis goyim Amalek achrisa de oved. Because Amalek was the first nation to attack the Jews, after seeing Kriyas Yamsuf, therefore at the end of time, they will not exist. What is the end of time? The end of time is there will be an obviousness, undeniable reality. You can't deny God's presence. Amalek being the first ones to attack us, what did they demonstrate and display? If they couldn't be impressed with that, which the whole world stood and trembled in trepidation of Hashem and Klal Yisrael, how do you attack the Jews? There's only one answer. You have no capacity to appreciate that. And since you have no capacity to appreciate that, the end of time is when all nations will appreciate Hashem's presence. Therefore, there is no place for you in the future. Therefore, you will be obliterated from existence.